Has anything really changed 3/4 of the way through 2025? Well, whenever we see market stats online, it's always about Treb or Toronto. But I want to focus on Mississauga and see exactly what has been happening 3/4 of the way through in 2025. Some things may surprise us, and for the most part, I think it's pretty standard and we know what to expect. But let's break it down and see exactly how things are performing in Mississauga in the overall market, and I'll probably break it down through detached and condos as well. So let's take a look. I'm Jafri. I've been selling real estate in Mississauga and Toronto and throughout the GTA for more than 20 years, and my goal is just to make the buying and selling process simple. Let's dive right in. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna look at the general Toronto Mississauga stats. So we're gonna go here and let's just pick Mississauga real quick right over here. Peel, get rid of Brampton, Caledon, and other municipalities. So now we're just at Mississauga and we're looking at up until September. So these are the market stats for 3/4 of 2025 up until September. So the average price, we're gonna start here, has gone down 2.2% a month over month. But if you really wanna look at the real numbers, it's year over year. And we are down 12.5% from the same time last year. Things are really on their way down. Clearly, you can see. The median price is also down year over year, 8.3%. Okay. Now, this is another number that's very telling is transaction volume. So how many transactions have occurred? And month over month, we are up 13%. That is actually a very good sign for things for the general real estate market. But what is overlooking this transaction volume is the number of new listings, and we'll get to that in a second. But if you look year over year, we're only at about a 1% increase of the transaction volume. But month over month, it is definitely getting better. I think this is the third month in a row that we've had an increased number of transactions. So 13% is no small number. It is quite a large jump month over month. Average list price is down 5.1% to 1.39 year over year. And we want to go to new listing volume. Now, again, this is for all types of properties in Mississauga only, not the GTA, not Toronto, just Mississauga, but for all property types. So new listings are up 30%. So it's twice as many transactions that are occurring. More than double that is new listings coming onto the market. So that is not a good sign for things to get better price-wise, but definitely for buyers, it is an amazing thing to see because there is some buyer confidence coming back with the sales volume going up. And then there's even more to choose from. So definitely the more the listings come up and the listing volume is growing, prices are not going to go up anytime soon until this new listing volume slows down. And it does not seem like it is going to slow down anytime soon. In fact, it's getting more and more and more as the months go on. So I don't know where things are headed for now, but at least in terms of pricing, it's coming down and buyer confidence seems to be coming back based on the increased number of transactions. Okay. Now, this is something I don't really dabble on a lot is the percentage above list price. How many listings are selling above list price? So month over month, it is 8.9% higher to 19.4% listings have sold above the listing price. That means it's a bidding war. You priced it lower, it's selling above. Year over year, it's down 1%. So again, this stat, I don't really care too much about. Now, below list price, that's pretty normal. We know most of these listings are going to sell below list price. As you can see here, 78.6%. Prior month, 80% is down 2.5%. Okay. And then the average days on market is actually down month over month. It's down 2.9%. So things are selling a little bit faster. But if you look year over year, which is what really matters, it is up 21.8%. So overall, things are still sitting, and year over year, it's sitting longer than it did before. And termination volume is actually down 5.1% month over month, but it's up 13% year over year. So this is what's happening. Very quickly, I'll summarize things for you. Prices are coming down. This is for the overall Mississauga market for all property types. Prices are coming down. More people are buying because they feel like there is some confidence in the economy, I guess, or they just think that It's the right time. They've been waiting too long. People on the sidelines, they're starting to jump in slowly. And I do feel a small portion of that is investors as well. And then the average days on market is getting smaller, and the number of listings is just piling on, and there's no shortage. But let's focus on two types of properties. So now let's look at detached homes. Okay, so let's go just detached, right? On this channel, I like to just make things simple, so I'm not going to break things down too much. I'll just show you the most important things and then give you my opinion. That's the way to do it. So for detached homes in Mississauga, just detached homes in Mississauga, prices are down 5.4% month over month. So this month it was 1.336. Last month it was 1.412. Last year, this time of year, it was 1.577. And detached homes, are you ready for this? It is down 15.3% from this time last year. That is massive. Okay, that's a huge drop. Definitely things are getting more affordable, and other buyers are seeing these drops, which is why they're jumping into the market. So we'll look at a few more stats here, and then we'll show you the condos. So I want to look at transaction volume. That is up month over month, 11.2%. And year over year, no change at all. So in this case, things look okay. Transaction volume hasn't changed. Month over month, it's definitely gone up. Okay, so same, the overall market, it went up, and also with the detached markets, okay? And then new listings, my God. For detached homes, month over month, we had 41% more new listings in September. That is a big number. That is huge, actually. And then, as you can see here, year over year, we had 11.5% more new listings. And these are the numbers that is not going to allow the prices to come back anytime soon, because the months of inventory, especially for detached homes, is just piling up. I'm curious to see what condos looks like, and we will get there in a very short minute. Okay, and then the other thing I want to look at here is the average days on market is down 16.4% for detached homes month over month, but year over year it is up 11.1%. So on the short term, things are selling quicker, but on the long term, year over year, it's not actually selling much quicker. Okay, and termination volumes, not much of a change here, 1.3% there, and year over year, termination volume is 27.2%. And I feel like that number is going to keep growing, just like the new listings volume is growing. Okay, so now let's go on to condos. And we'll do condo apartments for this, okay? And again, we're just focused on Mississauga, condo apartments in Mississauga. So the average price month over month has actually gone up 5.2%. So the prior month was 546. This month was 574. But let's look at year over year, because again, that's what matters. Boom, minus 10%. Huge drop year over year on condo prices. And every month it's the same thing, but now these numbers are kind of getting a little bit bigger. So I don't think we're anywhere close to the bottom of the market. I said it. I've said it. I've been avoiding saying it for a little while now, but I think we are pretty much close to, I think we are not close to the bottom of the market yet, because the new listings are just piling up. Prices are keep free falling almost, in a sense. So that's where we're at, guys. And then, so for transaction volume now, we are up 5% month over month, and we're up 12.6%. So again, condos, detached, the overall market, number of transactions is definitely double digits up, which is a good sign for buyers thinking, you know, nobody else is buying, I'm not going to buy either. That tune is kind of changing. Buyers are stepping into the market, and this is proving it to you all. Right? And then now we're going to look at new listing volume. So month over month, it's up almost 20%, 19.2%. But year over year, new listings, not much of a change, 1.3%. So this is not that bad, but again, month over month, still a huge jump if you're looking at new listings volume. Okay, that's almost 20%. And then we're going to do median days on market, no change month over month, but it is up 25% year over year. Okay, and then we have termination volume. It's down. Less listings are selling or being terminated month over month, and I think that's because most sellers are coming down to earth in regards to their pricing. So they're not trying to play with the market. They don't need to cancel and relist. Most of these new listings that are coming up, they're priced fairly close to market value or where they should be, because they understand that there's no point in testing the market. If you want to sell it, put it where it belongs in terms of price and it'll sell. Okay, and year over year, it is up 11.8% for termination volume. So there is one more thing I want to show you guys, and let's just do this live with you guys right now. And this is a sales snapshot for the Mississauga area, right? So I want to do all property types, multiple selections. Yeah, PO Mississauga, sale. Okay, so this is what type of properties are selling in a pie chart. So 36.88%, this is 3/4 of the way from January 1st, 2025 to September 30, 2025. So pretty much 1/3, just over 1/3 of listings being sold are detached homes, okay? And then condo apartments comes in second place with 27%, okay? So 1,129 condos were sold, 1,536 detached were sold. And then in third place, we have condo townhouses, and I'm a big believer in condo townhouses for starter homes. So that's 711, that's 17%. Then we have semi-detached, which is only 14% at 585 sales. And then we have attached row townhouses, which are freehold townhouses with no maintenance fee. And that is at 3.6% or 150 transactions, okay? And then here I want to show you the most active price point with the most number of sales is right here. 1 million to 1.25 million, 748. So the most active price point based on the number of sales is probably going to be the more expensive semis and the lower priced detached homes. They seem to be what people want the most. And if you can look here from this, as you can see here, for these 748 homes, 61% of them are detached, 26% are semi-detached, and 6% are townhouses, okay? So definitely people are still getting into the freehold market, and a lot of people are getting into that detached market. And I think a lot of these buyers are not first-time buyers. A lot of these buyers are probably ones that were successful in selling their townhouse or their 2-bedroom condo or even 1-bedroom and are upsizing into something a little bit larger, because if you are looking to upsize, this is probably the best opportunity you've had in the last 5 or 6 years. So this is your market snapshot for 2025. I think the next video that I'm going to do is going to be where we're at now and where it used to be in terms of affordability, your monthly cost for different types of houses. If you think that's a good idea, then drop a comment below, give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe, because my goal with this channel is just to make the buying and selling process simple.